What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Dakar Desert Rally, and in this video I do want to go over a couple of things. So the first thing is probably going to be a new bug some players are going to be experiencing after the 1.7 patch. If you guys are in the menu looking at some of your vehicles, you're probably going to notice how the game will crash. At first, I honestly thought it was just going to be like a one-time thing, and maybe I might have been losing my mind, but I guess it does turn out, guys, at least on PS5. Let me know in the comments below if you do experience this on Xbox and or PC. But if I do browse the vehicles here, checking them out, and or try to move a vehicle to the warehouse, the game crashes every single time. Now, I unfortunately can't actually show you the game crashing, but I would say most people are probably going to encounter this a good amount. Now, I don't know if it's just on the PS5, so again, guys, let me know if you do have this issue on Xbox and or PC as well. I think they would like to know if this is happening. For example, guys, I can't really even actually go through the menu of the vehicles at the moment. Like, I can buy vehicles and add them to like my warehouse and or actually use the vehicles. But the second I try to move one of my older vehicles to the warehouse, or I'm browsing some of the vehicles, I notice I immediately get kicked out. I'm kind of hoping a bug like this doesn't actually take over a month to fix, and maybe they can get like a hot fix out or something like that, because I do have a feeling this is not just going to be on PS5. I feel like Xbox will also have this issue. For example, guys, I can't actually even navigate the menu really at the moment. Whenever I would go through the menu and try to look at some of the vehicles, I noticed the game would crash every single time I would do that, and unfortunately for me at the moment, I can't actually transfer vehicles to the warehouse. Every time I do that, the game does crash. And one other thing I also saw is a couple of times, guys, when the game would crash, I also had to resync my data as well. So if this does happen to you, definitely keep an eye on that. I noticed my data would have an error. I didn't lose anything, but I can definitely tell like the data did not sync to when I was on it before. So obviously if you're just going through the menu, there's honestly not much to save, but this is definitely going to be a bit of an issue if you guys do actually want to do something on here. You can't really change your vehicles around and or move into a warehouse. At least I can't at the moment, but hopefully something like this will not take an entire month to fix. I do feel like to a certain extent this is probably going to be almost unplayable for some players because you can't actually move vehicles around in your actual collection. For me, guys, at the moment I can't move any vehicles to my warehouse at all, so I'm trying to actually pick vehicles I can use, and I do want to try out some of these SnowRunner vehicles, which luckily I was able to buy those and then jump into a race pretty fast, and once I was into the race the game was working. But the second I go back into the collection thing for the vehicles and I do start to browse a bit, it will basically crash every single time you guys try to browse the menu with the vehicles. I would say this is going to be a new problem. I do not remember having this issue before 1.7, so I'm really hoping they're going to get this fixed pretty fast. And if I had to guess, Reddit is probably going to be going crazy pretty quick as well with this update. At least I noticed this immediately because like I said before, I thought maybe the game crashed because sometimes that does happen. And if something like this did continue to happen, then it's probably going to make you wonder. One way I actually tested this out to really see if it's an actual problem is I kept going into the menu the exact same way every time, and I noticed, guys, the game crashed every time when I did the exact same thing, so it's definitely going to be a bit of an issue. Again, guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below, and if you are having this issue on Xbox and or PC, this is definitely going to be one of those bugs that needs to be fixed insanely fast.